Hello there, beautiful people of YouTube and of the community here. The community of people who like sports board game streaming. Yeah. Let's try pulling this out a little bit here. Hi, I hope all you are doing well. Going to kind of take a short little second here to get started. It's Wednesday night. It is April 27th, 2022. It's a chilly end of April evening in the Delaware Valley. It's quite unseasonable. Usually here in the last several years, by this time we would have had some rather sweltering weather. It's a bit weird that we haven't really gotten that, but that being said, year to year things do get weird and change, and so there's plenty of people that I know that would automatically be ready. And I mean, I don't know. There's times I feel like it too. Like, oh, where's this global warming? But, obviously year to year things do change. And, but anyway. So, a couple of viewers currently. So, if you feel led to comment, feel free. Jerry is commenting. Hi. Things are largely okay. There's, I have a personal thing that's been bugging me this week. It's a troubling thing, but, I don't want to get into it here really. Nothing pertaining to sports board games. But, that's the way things go for people. So, my hair is starting to kind of like get, talking about hair, and I'm a dude. That's kind of weird, but so just noticed my Yingling. My Yingling Pennsylvania tradition. It's weird because getting ready for LL game tonight. Little League? You gonna watch some Little League? You gotta, or LL, or is there another? Maybe I'm out of the loop on something here. You know what? I went and bought this today. I'm feeling in the need. I'm in the need for some beer-eed. I got this. This is a local brew. It's called, let's see, Dank Lord. It's pretty dank. I had one earlier. So, yeah, this is a 2-beer night because, life doesn't always treat you right, and sometimes you need to. So what, are you coaching, or is it I guess you're coaching the team, or is it a grandchild who is involved in that? So, well, anyway, so what's been going on here? Well, I mentioned in a previous video, I think it was the golf video. So I mean, we've been making progress with golf really slowly here the last 2 months. It's it's been kind of tough. I'm involved in a band, and the band needs to practice. The band needs its lead singer and one of its guitar players, namely moi, to be prepared to sing songs and play rhythm guitar on songs. So that's kind of taken away from this spread here. When I have worked in stuff, it's been soccer games, which I think there's 3 of you watching right now. I've had up to maybe 4 at one point here. Probably for the 4 of you who were tuned in at one point, you would probably find the soccer stuff to be not all that interesting. I'm going to keep playing soccer here on the tabletop because it's fun. It's something that I have enjoyed over the last 12 years in terms of the sport. Manchester City, Real Madrid, I was watching the second half of that. That was a really good game last night. But yeah, it's just playing it on the tabletop and on a camera. I don't know as anybody really gets much out of that. But I will do it some. Golf, we'll keep doing that. We've got, I think, 7 tournaments left. It's it's a funny thing, the fictional tour. I've had a lot of people, that may be a little bit of a stretch, but a number of people be interested in the whole fictional side of things with the golf tour, and this is, we're coming down the stretch on the 3rd season of the Tenacious Golf Tour, and I'm presuming either this fall or winter there will be a new set that is published by Play. So when that happens, that means probably season 4 will be on the horizon. So, well, Jerry, it's cool that you're getting to, I'll tell you what, man. Just, if you've got a second here, it's awesome that you're getting to spend time with your family, your son, helping to manage the team that your grandson is in, and it's so awesome to see life returning to normal. There are some people that want to see this continue for some reason, and all of this, this is we are emerging from 2 of the worst years in the history of our country, as far as I'm concerned, with all sorts of reasons why, and I don't want to get into all of them, but we're emerging from that. I think we all should have this goal of wanting society to return to normalcy, where you can go to the store, you can go visit family, you can go to work, you can go to the school and watch your kid play in a band concert or sing in a chorus concert. You can go see your kid in a science fair or in FFA or in whatever it is, basketball game, volleyball, whatever. We should have, go to the restaurant, go to the bar, go to the doctor's office, whatever. Like, we've done this for 2 years. CDC, it's time for you to step up. It's time for you to step up and help this society heal itself, because you guys have helped to bring a lot of anxiety into people's lives. So anyway, that's all I'll say. Sorry for turning it, but it needs to be over. We are in an endemic. We are in a flu. Yeah, we didn't think it was the flu early on. had the propensity to be worse than the flu. Whether it was or not, it's probably up for some debate. It probably is worse than the flu. We've reached the point. Vaccines, mild infection, very transmissible, Omicron. It's done. Quit messing with people's lives. Anyway, that's just my... Stop it. Stop it. You know who you are. Anyway, so what have I been up to? I've been the soccer, the golf. Not so much golf. I need to do some of with the. Sorry for the rant. I'm just really so much fed up with the way that things have. I mean, we've all wanted to do the right thing, right? I mean, we're all trying to do the right thing. And for a good number of us, the right thing, we've had some stuff that we don't believe that the right thing has been done by us. So, you know. Anywho, ATBA baseball. This is where I'm kind of going. Baseball demos, he's running what he's calling the demolition season. It's something related to the 10-team league that I did before, although I think he manually chose teams. And I forget what his criteria was as far as, like, it wasn't a randomized set. I think he wanted to try and have some level of distribution among all of the divisions and such. And, there's obviously lots of room to play with various levels of how you formulate the league, how you run the league. We've talked about, him and I have chatted over the years on DH, no DH. I mean, we're at a point now where, like, who knows in 10 years how many people will remember the pitchers hitting? I don't know. I mean, a lot of us will. Those of us who are kind of like traditionalists and stuff. But how many of, like, there are kids now that are 10, like Jerry's grandson, maybe 10, 11, I don't know how old he is. But, those kids, are they going to remember the time when the pitchers used to hit? It's like, maybe they can get on their YouTube and look up old video footage of, Bartolo Colon smashing a home run, or, granted, he didn't hit many of them, but I do remember one he hit when he was with the Mets. But, different pitchers, and their varied success at the plate, and how you would get to the bottom of the order and you got a guy on first and that would be, we're going to lay down the bunt, or, the pitcher's getting up to in the 90s in the pitches and we've got a guy in scoring position. Well, we're going to pinch hit. We're going to pinch hit for that pitcher. That stuff is going out the window. Now the pinch hits are, we just have this platoon, and I guess because they brought in a lefty, well, I've got to bring in a righty because he's trying to match up against me. Except we've got this like 3-batter rule now, and so that kind of changes everything too, right? It's and what you see is managers. It's the same thing. Almost every sport is this way. When there's something that is developed as a crutch or an acceptable practice, managers will employ it no matter what. You have a couple who will then test the waters, do things a little different. If it works, then the rest of the league picks it up. Right? We saw it with like the Wildcat in football. Remember that? Miami did that for a while. And then all of a sudden, everybody was motioning the quarterback out to the flat, direct snapping at the running back, and then everybody planned for every other team to do it. But way before that, it was the reverse, or end around, whatever you want to call it, jet sweep. one team would revitalize that. It would kind of like go away because everybody would figure it out. Everybody would game plan for it. Everybody would try it on offense. The other team's defense would snuff it out, stop it for a 2-yard loss, and then after like 3 weeks, it would slowly go away. Then 2 years later, I don't know, Green Bay happens to bring it out from back 3 years ago. Let's try that jet sweep again. They rattle off a 40-yard gain. Back, everybody's doing it again. Everybody game, it's this cycle of stuff. And it's kind of the same thing here. Like, managers, they just continue to do this. Every other team has like this platoon thing, and I'm just going to throw this guy out here because I don't care if he's an upgrade or not. I just am told that righties hit lefties better. And that's kind of where, like this. So the APBA thing, I'm kind of like meandering around a bunch of different things, right? Like, that's one of the things. I've been going through the APBA Master game a bit. And thank you to Larry Rice, a good friend of the channel. He graciously gave me a couple of seasons worth of APBA cards when he heard a couple of years ago that I purchased APBA, and that sucker sat on my shelf for 2 years almost, the better part of it, and maybe a year and a half, let's say. And I'll tell you what. Well, let's get into that in a minute. But so I start out with a couple of games of basic, and it's fun. Tabletop Earl Shamblin over at Tabletop Baseball Plus, the place where he gracious, and again, he's a guy I've got to give a lot of thanks to over the years. If for those who are watching this, definitely when he gets videos out there, it's special anymore because it's not that often. I think we have a lot of people producing content now, and I don't know, I'm not sure. I haven't really spoken to him too much lately, but he is. Everything I can tell, he's pretty much an APBA guy for the most part. So the fact that I didn't do any APBA, maybe it's weird, maybe it seems weird. But I also think part of that may be because I knew that he kind of had that locked down. And, he did a lot of payoff pitch and other stuff too. So I can't just sit here and say he's only APBA. But I also think he's very much an APBA basic kind of guy. Or maybe with these modified boards, which kind of like bring a medium level of, I kind of think it brings in the splits. And some stolen base options, whereas basic, it tells you, I think, when you steal. From everything I can tell, there's no real options in the basic game for you to steal. It generates it through the game. So the master game, it's pretty great. I still haven't really like scraped all of the how you get that cheese ball around the holidays and it's got all that. If you slice it right and you get the stuff on the outside and you take a bite of that, you like slice it so you get a lot of cheese and a little bit of that stuff with, I don't know, is it coconut? I don't know what's on the outside of that. There's shaved stuff, and I never like the stuff on the outside. I like that cheese. I'm a cheese kind of guy. I'm a mouse at heart. And so I haven't scraped all the way through. There's a lot of wild pitch stuff, balk stuff, and I think some of that stuff comes from the rare plays. But I'm still, this is going to sound a lot like the Strat football with the advanced and super advanced stuff with strat football. Like, early, ever going to get that out there? I think APBA Master is doable, but there's still a long way that I've got to go. But I think there's a point here where I'm going to have to, in order for me to find the joy in learning this game to the max, I really need a project. It's just that's the way I am. The trouble is, another thing about this channel and also when I was at Tabletop Baseball Plus, like the projects I get involved in, they are large sample size projects. So I'm sitting here with like these charts that I assume Larry printed these off at the APBA site with the ratings and stuff. And this is 2011. I don't know for sure if I'm going to do 2011. I don't know if I'm going to decide to go and buy a set on my something that, I just say, I want to go. This is something that I appreciate him providing me this. I don't know. I'm the type of person that likes to do things my way. But I may still do 2011. I haven't decided yet. 2011 was a good year for the Phillies. The thing about the Phillies is that 2008 project I did, it looms large, and to get a good Phillies team in some kind of a project, it could be it could be a lightning rod for me. You know what I'm saying? So I have to keep that in the back of my mind. I think I have grown up a lot through all of the various projects I've done. The last 10-team league I did, I called it Tenacious League. I'm sure others have done it before. The last one I did was this Red Sox one that I don't think really got much traction. Maybe it was because I was doing History Maker Baseball. Maybe it didn't seem like I was that invested in it, because I will say when you start doing 10 teams and so you're kind of like varying the matchups every game, you're seeing every team in the 10-team league, it kind of like keeps you going, as opposed to when you're just hammering one team over and over and over again. If you don't have any investment in that team, I'm sure that on your face you start looking like, you start this way and then you start, there's Xander Bogaerts again. Oh my, there's Mitch Moreland. There's Darwinzon Hernandez. Anyway. Oh, good, Ken. Hey, Ken. Good to hear from you. APBA Master. Yeah, there's some daunting nature about that, and I'm still trying to piece together how to do this on a YouTube channel and have it be, authentic, and not take an hour and a half for a 9-inning game. Yeah, the thing, I don't want to go into too much detail. The thing about APBA soccer, APBA baseball here, and, talking with Larry Rice about this a good bit, the thing that really is kind of tough is, this is the thing that you end up flipping around, right? And I get that from what I hear, after you play this, certainly you learn like 13 is strikeout, 14's walk, 30, 31, 32 are the outfield rolls. It's going to be flyouts for the most part. I haven't quite gotten to the point where those mid-20s are kind of like the infield ground outs and stuff. So I'm still getting there with that, and it's going to take more repetitions for me to, and then also the ones that are off. The having to flip between the charts for when I get a guy on second, and then let's say I single and get a first and third, I got to flip between charts, and I don't really, it's got to be It's got to be more fluid than what I'm making it right now. But Ken, look. I'll tell you what. That level of compliment is going to need another drink. So, thanks, Hockey Unreal. It makes my day to get compliments about all that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I've been, 2 beers in a night is probably not the way to stay looking good, but I don't know. It's been a rough week. But rough weeks beget good weeks. So, or at least better weeks. It's when you kind of hit a rock, when you hit a rock bottom, and you're hearing rock bottom, and I got a beer in my hand. You're thinking, oh boy, he's a frickin' alky. No, I do like to drink on occasion. Sometimes I like to drink more than occasionally, but I'm good. This band that I'm in, it helps to have a beer in me. Although the only thing about it is when you sing and you drink beer, it has like a dehydrating effect, and so like the vocal cords when I'm going to sing like some Oasis, some might say it's just you have to sing all these high notes that they start to get a little like crackly sounding if you're getting dried out there. So I've kind of gotta find I'm hoping at some point here will play out, and maybe there'll be a way I can find a way to like record a cut or two and put it on YouTube that it's not monetized, so I don't get like copyright flagged for. I mean, I don't know. You can get flagged anyway for putting music on here. I understand, but it's tough. But anyway, we could put we have 2, 3, 4, or 5 originals, something like that. So it's like I could put an original up here, and it's not going to be like Everlong or I don't know. I Want to Be Sedated or something that you might recognize, but so but anyway, yeah. So I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to. I don't know if anybody has done a 10-team league like I've done before, the 270-game league with ATBA. Maybe they have. If they have, it's because I'm, so Hockey Unreal, if baseball demos, there's 4 guys here. Others, I just have to say, sometimes I'm oblivious to other channels. And frankly, the last like 3 months, I've been like somewhere between checked out and checked out. But I try to get in there and check out what people are doing, but it's I don't know. It's not easy sometimes. You get into you just get into stuff that is tough to like. All right, another thing that's been bothering me the last few months, and I talked about in another video. So, it's a weird medical issue. So I wear contacts, and one of the things that contacts do for me, for some reason, my eyelids, the bottom eyelids especially, are. I've had this looked at. They're like not shaped right. Excuse me. So I have these eyelashes that grow out of the bottom, and they go in that irritate my eyes. And so it is. There are times, and like 3 weeks ago, especially, maybe it's been a month now. I had a period of time when I was like miserable because, and I have to kind of go in and pluck these out. I can, there's a surgery I could probably have that would change. It's a plastic surgery. That's part of the reason I haven't had it done yet. Is like it sounds like I'm getting a boob job or something. But but you know they can change the shape of that so I don't have this irritation. But but there are times when you know when your eyes are like inflamed and irritated, and I've had surgery in this one for a detached retina several years ago. So just I have terrible eyesight, and fortunately I haven't really had any complete deterioration. But lately I've had to start wearing these guys when I'm doing the gaming stuff. You know, just reading glasses. So I have this, which is contacts for like looking far away. And then I got to put these on, and that does help quite a bit. So when I'm looking at one of these guys here, or the Atlas soccer cards, I can see Cesar Ramos's results and not be like. But you know, there are times sitting upstairs when I'm like watching a baseball game and checking on my phone. I get without these on, I'm looking at like various stuff, and it's really like grainy and tough to see, and it depresses me. Like it's obviously getting old sucks, but I guess I never really thought that. Oh yeah, I just noticed NHL. So as a Sabres fan, the Dallas Stars are 30 minutes away from sending Jack Eichel and the Golden Knights out of the playoffs, and that guy does not need a playoff appearance after whining his way to a trade. So anyway, what do we got here? Hey, there's RJL and there's Mike McAllister. I hope you are well, Mike. Things are, yeah. What am I saying? I'm just celebrating. I don't know. What are the Phillies up to while I'm looking at my phone? Oh, I have these glasses on. Okay. Phillies finally found their bats, so that's the only way they're going to make any make up any ground on RJL's and Mike McAllister's Mets there. So, and if I haven't said it before to any of you guys who are here watching live, when the Phillies played the Mets before, during that 2008, I sucked, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry that I treated anybody shitty who was, excuse my language, treat anybody shitty who was in here rooting against the Phillies. It sucks that I did that. So, you know, regrets, and I don't know. On one hand, I say to myself, you know, people talk trash with each other all the time, but I was pretty nasty at times during that thing. So, anyway. Well, you know, Mike, my brother who is younger than me, and again, you know, the hippish crap. You know, I hate to get into too much detail, but you know, my oh no, I'm sorry, hockey. Well, they're it's not over yet, so you know. Yeah, I mean, and my father has to have some surgery too. I mean, granted, he's in the later part of his 70s years, but you know, it's like my brother is 5 years younger than me, and he had a situation come up where he needed it. So you know, we'll keep you in our prayers and everything, man. You know, you've been around here a long time, rooting all of us on with our different projects and stuff. And so, anyway, yeah. I mean, as a Phillies fan, I mean, um, you know that I don't really talk too much about that 2008 project, but you know, I talked about it with Jester there a few years ago. Um, you know what happens when you do these things, and especially that project. Just a second, I gotta stand up here. Let me do this. Um, you know, you don't want to be thought of as a fool. And sometimes when you do these games and you have things not go your way, you feel like you're looking like a fool. Although the thing that's really making me look like a fool is I'm acting like an ass to people who are actually like caring about the stuff I'm posting on YouTube. So that's more of that's more of the foolish thing than me deciding to do like a squeeze play with somebody on the base paths, you know, and it doesn't work out, right? So anyway, but you know, that's a big part of it, is just the idea that I'm trying to do this and I would like to replicate what the Phillies did, and I didn't. Well, I at least they won the division in my project. The other thing that really like messed that up is, you know, and honestly, this is still the stupid phone that I used back then. Right? I'm pretty sure this is still the phone. I haven't changed this phone yet, but I used to have this phone put up in this. Do I still have that stupid? Yeah, it's right here. I used to use this dumb thing as it's a clamp. It's a big clamp, and I could run it in there and I could put the phone up in it. And that's what I used for and that phone, for whatever reason during that most crucial of games, it like went out on me. And I remember it, and because I've looked back on that video and it kind of like ticks me off, but anyway. Yeah, Larry, there's probably not a whole lot, you know, there's probably not a whole lot to watch back on. I'm just talking about, well, I did give you some thanks for sending me these couple of sets of APBA cards that I've been kind of like, you know, dipping the toes in the water with both the basic and the master game, and I will get to a project here in the not too distant future. I haven't decided on what it is. Like, and I said earlier, I don't know whether I'm going to buy a set or whether I'll use. It would have to be 2011. I feel like. I mean, Larry also sent me 1983. But those cards, if I wanted to do master, I'd have to like do a lot of extrapolating, I think, what all the ratings and stuff are, and you know, the guide that comes with the master game gives you some clues into that. But at that point, if I wanted to use 83, which is a year when the Phillies went to the World Series, which could be interesting, but again, you know, there's this side of me that thinks that if I do the Phillies in a year where they're successful, you know, that could I just rolled 31, which means that well, everybody's stock is going to take a 2% rise tomorrow. So no, I'm just kidding, I don't know. What it means is there's a chance that if I run something that could get me riled up, that I might go and, you know, trash on another team's fan that's come in here to watch the game and is rooting for their team, and that's never a good thing. So I don't know. It's not to say that I would never do a good Phillies team again, but I guess I'd just have to I'd have to be willing to say to myself when I embark on the project that no matter what happens, I'm gonna be impartial. And I've been a media person for soccer. I've gone into the press box at Philadelphia Union games, and the Union have scored, the other team scored. I haven't groaned, I haven't cheered, I haven't, you just have to say to yourself, this is the way it is. I'm gonna be stone faced. Now, I mean, you want to be passionate, right? But anyway, you want to be passionate, but I also don't want to go in and start berating people for having, for rooting for the New York Mets against the Phillies or whatever. It's all right, Earl. The world ain't gonna end. It's just your tabletop, for crying out loud. What's up? Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. You don't have to send me another year. Whoa, boy. I have to figure out. I have to figure things out. It's not easy. I've been playing the Angels and the what's the Spanish for Rays? Is it Rays? It might be Rayos. Could be. I was playing a game or two of that. I went on the random Major League Baseball spin the wheel thing and got 2 teams. I'm like, okay, we'll play a game or 2 of those and see how it goes. And excuse me, how did it go? It went that the Angels beat the Rays 4-2. Neiman, not Marcus, but Neiman, got the loss. Jeff Neiman. Jeff Weaver, the other Jeff. No, it's not Jeff, it's Jared. What the hell? Jeff is older. Jeff, Jared, Jacob, John Jacob Jingleheimer, Schmidt, Weaver, whatever. Yeah, I'm starting to get tired, and what happened here? Well, Tampa got out to a 2-0 lead. Let's see, Zobrist drove in Jaso, and Kochman drove in Zobrist, 2-0, 3rd inning. Then 5th inning, Peter Borges with 1 out got on, batting out of the 9-hole. And actually, I think I used as played lineups here. I picked a day. I think it was in April, maybe April 5th or something. And then Cesar Asturias drove him home with a double, so back-to-back doubles. Then I had Asturias steal 3rd successfully, and then Kendrick flied him in, so tied it at 2, and then we went to the 8th. And who was in there for the 8th? I guess it was No, it was Peralta, Joel Peralta. Walked is Turris. Strikeout of Kendrick, then strikeout of Bobby Abreu, and then Torrey Hunter came up and launched it into the outfield bleachers at Tropicana Field, and 4-2 was your final. The win was to, let's see, it wasn't Weaver. It would have been, I guess Fernando Rodney would have gotten it. He was pitched the 7th for the Angels. Lost to Peralta and save to Walden, Jordan Walden. So, and if you like the hold thing, it's Takahashi got the hold for the Angels. So, man, I look at this screen and yo Brandon, the guy who very, very easily gets to go to probably any Indy 500 he ever wants to. So, for a price, obviously. So what I would really like to be able to do is in 2 weekends go down to Miami and see the Formula One race. RJL, if he's still around, he should do that, but he probably doesn't have any interest in Formula One. I wish that they had a race in like Delaware. I would be there like Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. But the Miami race is going to be held in basically the parking lots of Hard Rock Stadium. So yeah. Let's see. I got to catch up here on the comments. East is crazy. All 8 teams are strong enough that I don't think the word upset can apply to any series. That's right. You've got like Boston. Boston's one of the wild card teams right now, and I mean they're a team that's always there. I'm gonna bring up let's see. And I got to be careful here because it seems like Hockey Unreal is not wanting to get spoiled with stuff. So let's see what I can do here. Yeah, I mean the Capitals are your 2 wild card teams are Boston and Washington. I mean, come on, it's like that's basically East royalty along with Pittsburgh, right? So then your top teams are the Panthers and the Lightning, with Toronto in that mix too. And I'm sure that Laugh fans are going to be like ticked off that I'm like discounting him, but I mean, Austin Matthews is an awesome player, so you can't take that away from him. But it does seem like anytime Toronto goes up against either Florida or Tampa or Buffalo, they suck. So the Sabres have had Toronto's number. So I don't think you can be a legitimate playoff team if Buffalo is beating you. So sorry, Toronto, you are below those other 2 teams. And then you got, the Hurricanes, I guess. They got 114 points. Florida, they've got, Reinhart came down, but they've got like Barkov and is it Ekblad? They've got, they're just loaded, right? Keeneland. So Keeneland, that's what? That's in Kentucky. So that's like the whole. What is it? Is there that golf tournament isn't there this weekend? Is it? Keen Trace. Let me guess. My PGA Tour app is probably like not. I gotta download the stupid thing. Oh, Earl. Oh no. What did I say? What did I say? Is it me badgering the Maple Leaf fans? What did I do? What did I do this time? Oh, Earl. Yeah, I know I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Let's see. Schedule. Nah, let's see. They're in Mexico this weekend. Oh, it's the it's the Kentucky Derby, isn't it? It's the Kentucky Derby. Duh. Duh. I mean, I didn't look it up, but I'm just assuming. I'm thinking Keeneland. I'm like, what is that? I don't know if it's Kentucky Derby weekend, but that's the only other thing that happens in Kentucky that, besides, I don't know. What else is in Kentucky? There's like bourbon. Is that bourbon? I think that's bourbon, right? Lexington. Yeah. Uh, there's Fort Knox. That's in Kentucky. So what? So something else is going on? Somebody graduating? Somebody? I don't know. I mean, the only thing we're missing is the scotch because I've got the beer, and it sounds like you're looking for the bourbon. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm clueless in bourbon festival. Well, good. Well, thank you for. Well, that's. Have I ever? Here comes Earl is a horse racing but not derby. Okay. Is it at Churchill Downs? So here we go. Earl, the sheltered Earl. Has Earl ever drank bourbon? I do not know. I'm not 100% sure. Probably not. There used to be a guy that was my manager that he went to Kentucky and he always talked about bourbon, but I may be a bourbon virgin. So yeah, they're Keeneland. So that's okay. So that's not an amusement park. Although I guess lots of people would get amusement at. Okay, so May 1st is Sunday, so we've got a week until the Derby. If it's, uh, yeah. So somehow when somehow Larry, when somehow you and I had come up with two completely different, like somehow Larry and I ended up at Disney World at the same time, which Disney World right now is, who knows what's going on with that place. I mean, that's a whole political storm that we don't even need to talk about. But anyway, I mean, I'm sure I would like bourbon if I tried it, but I do like the taste of the dank lord. This picture is pretty creepy, but well, I'll tell you what. I guess sometime I've got to go to Kentucky and I've got to find some bourbon, and I mean I could probably get some of the bourbon here in the great state of Delaware and it would be fine, but I don't know, it probably would be a lot more fun with friends. So anyway, so let's get back to this. So I'm definitely thinking about a project where I would start a 270 game project with ATBA, probably the master game, and I don't know if I I'm wrapping my head around it. I have two potential paths. One is I do that, and then I really get acquainted with APBA baseball. That is like, I mean, that's Strat baseball was, I played so much of that. I've played so much of that. Not as much as a lot of you, but I played a lot of it. Having a project like that is a way to get to really acquaint yourself with an engine. You really get to know players. You really get to know, even if you may pronounce their names wrong, you really know the players whose names you don't know how to pronounce their names, but you know the players like the back of your hand. That could be it. But and again, you also get to just it's a real like immersive process with a game, to the point where it's weird. You read these rules and there's like so many little nuances and stuff, and it's like, I mean, I read all the strat rules, and then I read what seemed to be the most important ones, and it's like you don't use a whole lot of them when you get into the game, right? It's like most of the times you get through a game, and you might have one rule in a game where it's like a little bit off the wall, and then you might have a couple games during the season where you get like 5 of them in the whole game, and it's like, oh man, I have this case where I might be able to, maybe a double steal would make sense, or the balk stuff or whatever. I don't know. Ron McGrath. So I'm not sure if I've ever had the pleasure of Ron McGrath being on a live stream here, but I am doing swimmingly. I'm drinking some beer. I don't have a game going, so I feel like pretty okay that I'm feeling a little buzzy right now, which is good. The ABV on this isn't. I mean, it's 6.7. That's not. It's nothing to. It's not bourbon, but the other thing is bourbon. I think you probably just it's a nice little sipping drink that. But there might have to be a time when. Okay, so Ken with. I mean, one of the things that Ken is awesome about is that he can really hone in on the important stuff, which we're going on about alcohol, and what we have this channel here for is, and I that's what I'd like to do, Ken, is I'd like to see this engine with the project that I did with Strat, and to kind of compare and contrast how it went. And right now, with the fact I'm drinking a little bit, the fact I'm not going to go play a game, I'm probably just going to go sleep this off. Go sleep it off is a good thing. But that's kind of what I'm thinking is I'd like to see the virtues of each game, see. And one of the best ways to do that is to just like hammer the heck out of a game with a project that just. But see, I also have inside pitch. I also have payoff pitch that I haven't touched. And I also have. I always forget that I have baseball classics that a viewer from many years ago sent me, and I don't know. I see several people on Facebook groups and stuff playing that game. So, I don't mean to discount that game either. I guess there was a point where, I just played so much Stratomatic that it was To the point where my kids, it's like if I talk. So here's a neat little, if anybody here finds this humorous, they might find it offensive, but probably more humorous, I hope. I don't know if any of you played Jackbox games. You can. It's so originally it was You Don't Know Jack. It was a game in like the late '90s or early 2000s. It was a trivia game. Then I think they ended up going bankrupt, and then they kind of like reorganized as a company that would do these games called Jackbox games, which are these, and it actually, my imagination is that they did very well during the pandemic because it was the type of thing where you could do these group chat kind of or group games. So you could have a group of like 6 people, and even like 3 of them could be in one room, and 3 of them could be on the internet in another room. You could play together. Some humor in them. There's some trivia in them. There's some creativity. Anyway, long story short, short story long, whatever. There was a game in there called TKO, which is it's a game where you would suggest topics of like a T-shirt, or maybe the game, I forget. Maybe the game suggested the T-shirts. Like what? I'm getting it wrong, but anyway. So when I would design these T-shirt images, which I suck at drawing, but it would always involve dice. And my kids would always identify that as like some kind of Stratomatic thing. So my daughter's nickname for me on her phone is the Tragic Stratomatic Fanatic. So anything that I do in this room, my kids basically view as Stratomatic for some reason. And they find it humorous. I try to get my son into this, and maybe he will someday. These kids today don't have the attention span. So, Status Pro. That's another thing. I got Status Pro football, and I haven't touched it. How pathetic. Ron, okay, hold on. Where is my cursor? Can I spell? That's my email address there, Ron. I don't know if it's been a few months since I played. I think I remember a lot of what I was doing. I'm trying to catch up on this chat a little bit. Have to get my day underway. Thorough Gooding, nice. Yeah, see, that's bourbon Scotch beer. I thought he was saying thorough breeding. Thorough breeding. Maybe that's what it is. Is it thorough breeding? Thorough breeding. Thorough breeding sounds a little more sketchy and weird. So, yeah. So that's another thing I bought was Status Pro football, and I haven't touched it, man. That's what I'm in a quandary right now. I've got games that I don't know. Do I want to embark on a game I haven't tried before when I haven't even like? I feel like I'm doing some of these other games wrong by not like putting them through the gauntlet in my own head. But like, I mean, part of it was I invested money when I had money, right? I think we all do that when we have. Maybe we got some gift money. Maybe we just had a surplus because, I don't know. Maybe we just had midlife crisis, and we're like, you know what? I don't care what my wife says. I'm going to spend some money. I got some money. I got to spend some money. So I'm going to go spend some money on some status pro football. I'm going to go buy ATBA. I'm going to go buy payoff pitch. I'm going to go buy inside pitch. I'm just going to go hog wild, and I'm never going to play any of them. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what. I go back and look at the first Tenacious league that I did, and I see how did it come about. This guy Craig, that I had known from my time doing soccer media. I've never met Craig face to face, and it's sad that, and given the pandemic stuff, it's really sad. I really like to meet more people that I've gotten to know on the internet. There are a couple that I have, and it hasn't been long enough. I mean, I don't live that far away from a guy like Baseball Demos, and I never have. I've met Tabletop Sports Delaware, and that was cool. That was actually really cool, and we haven't done it since. I haven't seen done it. Yeah, Earl. I haven't met up with him since. He's, we're all busy, but Anyway, Craig, I'm like, I guess when I drink, my mind starts going every which way. But Craig saw me post I was scoring a baseball game. I posted it on Twitter, a picture of it, which some might say, why would you ever post a picture of your score sheet on Twitter, you narcissistic jerk? But anyway, I did, and he's like, you might like Stratomatic. I'm like, okay, well, so then I got Stratomatic, and 6-7 years later, whatever it's been, I'm still here playing these things. But let me look back. So I went back and looked at that season, and I did a series with the Diamondbacks and the Reds to get to know Strat, and then I got this project going, and I saw the way I started it, and I look back and I look at the rotation type stuff, and I just see where I started off, and it was somewhat horse shit the way I did it. It wasn't good. And then I got like 4 weeks in, and then I got to the point where I started saying to myself, did I taint the project by like screwing it up so bad early on? But I think it's fine. Like, we're just playing a game, and we're trying to have fun. And so, yeah, like, that's probably why before long I'm going to come up with a project. I don't yet know ATBA master game to the hilt. Like, I want to get to the point where I can memorize these results, and I can play the game pretty quickly. I watch Earl Shamblin on Tabletop Sports Delaware. That's not it. That's Chris. Tabletop Baseball Plus. What am I saying? There's too many channels. Anyway, I see him play a game of ATBA, and he's just like, this is this. 31 is 13 or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the roles yet, so I'm not going to sit here trying to make it seem like I do. But it's like, he is super duper quick, and I want to get to that point. But until that point. But see, for me, some of the joy of all these projects is the the administration of it, the planning, the figuring out who needs to have a day off, who is injured, what might be the best lineup against the lefty, and all this stuff. So I'm still in the process of deciding what I'm going to do. But anyway, well, there's Demos. I got him out of the woodwork by calling his name. I didn't do it 3 times though, Demos. I should have been like Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice. Better be careful. He'll show up here. No, here's the thing. It's we all should have regrets, right? We can have regrets. Regrets are fine to have. But we can also have hopes and dreams and plans, and those regrets can drive us to make it to the point where we don't regret stuff, right? And so it's cool that I've met Chris and Demos has met Rob, and I've met Larry before. It was brief, and I have to say that the fact that it was a quick, brief hello because I was with family at a well-known amusement park. I appreciate that. I look at the play convention and I wish I could figure that out one of these years. It's a plane ride to, maybe if Keith, I hope that one of these days that Keith decides to have one of his regional things in the Philly area. If he does that, then I would love to be there, even if it's like his new basketball game, which I don't have a ton of love for basketball. So, yeah, everybody's sharing about their meetups, and I've pretty much just had 2, and only one of them has involved actually grabbing the 6-sided dice and throwing them, and maybe a 20-sided in there too. So, but anyway, yeah, I know. Yeah, Larry, it's cool. We it was sometimes we have serendipitous stuff, and that was pretty interesting. But what do we got here? Let's take a look at the old NHL again. Well, let's just say I can't imagine the Coyotes have a whole lot of desire to win this game tonight. Like, they're better off losing it probably. But I mean, I went through that. The Sabres went through a season of they'd be better off losing. That's how, when they would have gotten Jack Eichel or Connor McDavid, they got Jack Eichel, and then that turned into a big old crap storm. It's been and that's what we're following tonight, is what's going on with Vegas. And that's a just dessert for a guy that has in Buffalo has really he's a pariah. You know, Vegas came to Buffalo a month and a half ago, and Buffalo beat them, and they had a pretty good crowd there. It was on national TV, and the crowd was booing Eichel. And then after the game, Eichel had the audacity to sit there and say, "Well, that's the loudest I've ever heard that building was when they booed me in 7 years or whatever." And it's like, hey, imagine this guy right here starting to like turn up towards Eichel. That's what you know. Eichel can go to TPC Summerlin or anywhere in the world where he wants to find a golf course in like 2 days, or I guess it could be this week. He could tomorrow. He could call and he could set up his tee time. And what he should do is he'd also set it up for all his teammates who might have wanted to go to the playoffs, because in the last 5 games, let's see, did he score any tonight? I doubt it. I doubt the guy. Let's see, did he score a goal? No. Pacioretty did. Martinez did. Amadio did. Yeah. Is Eichel even in the... No. Stevenson? No. Eichel's nowhere to be seen in this score sheet. Like, he should set up tee times for all of... He should set it up for Stone. Stone probably would have wished he would have been playing, but instead Eichel came in. And so in order to cheat the system, they had to set down Stone for a while and put his salary on the shelf so that they could actually fit under the salary cap. So then Eichel comes in and does Bubkiss. And so he should be setting up tee times for all of his little buddies on Vegas to show them just how much he wanted to be playing golf instead of be playing hockey in May. That's what he can do. And guess what? Vegas has a poorer record since he returned from injury, from surgery. That team has the same record as Buffalo. Maybe a worse record. It's really close right now. Maybe if they win tonight, they get a better record. It doesn't matter. So, anyway. Should roll a decide or die. So, demos. If there's anybody that... I'm trying to think. Is there anybody that rivals the sarcasm? Like, if there's anybody I would look up to have a greater level of sarcasm than what I can usually bring to the table, Demos is right up there. Do I have a decide or die here anywhere close by? I don't think I do. You know what? I got the golf one here. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. We can do this. Let's do this. Let's see if I can not break my stupid mount here. All right. Am I gonna meet? Should I meet up with anybody? Should I ever meet anybody in my life again? Oh yes! Hallelujah! I can actually have human contact one more time. Should it be anything to do with gaming? Oh no! Oh no, we can't. I'm sorry, we can't. I can't get together at any kind of a tournament anymore because this thing just put the kibosh on it. You know, what a shame. Smoke alarm in the... All right. does this give me full harmony to then go upstairs and try to talk my wife into yes. Woo! I'll tell you, she is already passed out. She works with kids, and so that is a job that and these are kids. Yeah, yeah. I think not gilded. Puny is what I really struggle with. Is the puny quality. All right. Well. Oh, come on. No, don't flag me. All right. Does this deserve to be flagged? That's right. This decide or die is... You hear that, YouTube? I do not deserve to be flagged for this. Should Elon Musk buy my channel and fund me all the time to do videos? Oh, dang it. Am I active? I am puny. Am I active? Nope. Am I stoic? Yes! No, I'm not crying. I'm tearing up, but it's from laughter. I'm not crying. It should be tears of crying. No. Oh. Keith Avalone is sitting there going to himself, what in the heck did I create? This is not what I did all my work for. It's some tawdry sexual innuendo. All right. Well, anyway, that's what we're here for, is for fun. It's to entertain. You can see, is it? See, it's glistening from tears of joy. I appreciate you guys bringing some joy to it's a night that's Earl. Oh boy. That sounds like my wedding night demos. Anyway. Oh, wait, no, that's Early Blast. I mean, yeah, it's been this week. This week is Earl blasted. That is what it currently is. Maybe I should get another beer. No, just kidding. No, it's been a trying week, but you know, things get better. I just rolled the decide or die again because I'm like, demos. I'm going to have to like take communion again because of you. My thoughts are going in the gutter. No, it's okay. Yeah, so anyway, I just thought, it's Wednesday night. It is Wednesday night, right? The watch says it's Wednesday night. At least I can remember that it's. At least I can remember it's March. So, um, no, it's April. But anyway, so anyway, let's see. Just want to say that it's good. It's nice to have a guy. Ron here posted. Hopefully, I can. It sounds like he's got some strat football questions, and hopefully, I don't know. That's something I probably need to get back out again one of these days because it's been a long time. But well, demos. That's a great question. I told you Larry had sent me 11 and 83, and 83 is a set that doesn't really have any master. Well, you know what? Honestly, maybe it does. So I might be full of crap. I kind of. I don't know. There's a. Ouch. When you've got a game. Okay, does this have the. Maybe this has the qualities. The thing about 83, yeah, so this does. The thing about this 83 set is I was trying to go through and sort of like do a quick as played game, and there's like a lot of relief pitchers that weren't available, and so that's kind of a detractor from doing anything with that, right? I mean, unless, well, I will say. We and Demos and I have chatted about this a bit. The thing about the Tenacious League is you could set it up in a way that says, okay, I'm going to do this at season end, and I'm going to take it from, let's say, October, and just say I'm going to start a new season from there. Use the rosters as provided by the game, and if you do that, you could probably get away with that. And in the 83 season, the relief pitching wasn't used in nearly the same way as it's used now, and you just go with it. You maybe you have to overuse some starting pitching or whatever, but yeah, I mean this little oh crap, where'd you go? There you are. I mean, I got this little insert here which has a bunch of the stuff, and so yeah, there's XBs in it. Well, I don't know. Let me get it out. What do we got? Let's go with the Orioles. The Orioles. Do I have Dwyer? Because maybe I just need to, if I invested in some extra players. No, I mean it doesn't look like the extra players are in here. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to invest in the extra players, and then I'd have to look. Wait. Right. Yeah, that is the 83 season. It says symbols for 84 cards edition, but that's because they produce it in 84 when it's the 83 season. So that's what I need to do. Let's see. Honestly, I haven't. Larry's asking what I need. I haven't really like done a lot of XB should be there? Huh. Well, the Golden Knights are, let's see. Let's go to the Fightins. And where are you, Fightins? Oh, they're over here. I was going to do something with them, right? Braves. Philadelphia Phillies. So the Golden Knights are still tied up. Phillies. 1983 Phillies. Who are you? Woo, 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 woo. Oh. When you start drinking beer, your motor skills go to crap. Matuzek. See in here? No. So which is okay. I mean, I was gonna go. Blackhawks are going on the power play, so let's see. What we got scores here. What's the? Ooh. Anyway. I'm trying to, let's see. So, I'm going to do this. I'm going to check and see if they even have it. Yeah, 83. So I have the extra players for 11. But it's 83 that's the I'm gonna take a look here. Maybe if I can invest in it, then no. I mean, I guess I can't. Oh, that's okay. Maybe I have to go to another. It would be really yeah, that makes a hell of a lot of sense there, demos. Let's get out freaking Strat Super Advanced, and let's try and see me do some calculations of like the stealing on the poor lead and all that stuff. Let's see if I can really get it going. Well, I don't know what happened to him. I'll have to look through this. Maybe there's another batch in here that I just don't know about. But anyway. Oh, I think you're right there, Larry. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I appreciate you sending me these, and I just. No, but I guess what I was saying earlier is like even having these cards, I could probably, if I don't worry about as played and just use the relief pitchers that are provided, I'm probably fine. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Starting to run out of gas here. Demos is going to keep making me crack up with his suggestions. You should ask me to do like a Strat Super Advanced football game right now. That could be funny too. But anyway, I am a little tipsy right now, man. I am a little. Anyway, I really need to get together with a couple of you guys, and I'll tell you what. Until a point in time where we can get together. I will make sure I never touch bourbon. Okay. If anybody try, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've had a mixed drink with it, but I think bourbon, to me, it seems like that's the type of thing you just want to enjoy. So until we have a chance to enjoy some bourbon together, maybe at a Kentucky racetrack, enjoy. I've only been to a little bit of horse racing in my life. At the state fair, I watched some like sulkies, you know, the harness racing or whatever. I will, you know, I'll stick to beer and other type of mixed drinks, and that will be something special someday. That will be the thing. But until that day, I will stay away from the bourbon. I'll just have to stick to one scotch and one beer, and I haven't seen my baby since don't know when. Bourbon chastity, right? Bourbon virginity. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully, you know, we just, you know, we need to figure out when that makes sense. The Bourbon Trail. Hey, I mean, as long as I can stumble along it, and as long as there's a porta-john that I can empty my guts into if I happen to go too far, I'm good. You know, I'm not too proud to sidle up to a Johnny on the spot or whatever. You know. Yeah. So Thorogood. Here's a story before it's almost 11 o'clock. I really should get to bed. I have to work tomorrow, as probably do a lot of you. I'll tell you what, demos. If I go to Kentucky, I think I probably have to come somewhere close to the middle of Virginia. So maybe may have to be some kind of a road trip, and you know, it's not Thelma and Louise, but yeah. Anyway, freaking Siri's pestering me. So I was in this band at work, and we were getting ready for our first. We're gonna do like the safety fair. So we had a bunch of like. My workplace is having a bunch of these like safety related places and health, you know, workers' health kind of stuff, you know, like gym membership kind of yoga classes, people that would come and like try and lure people into doing stuff that would either help them, buying stuff that would help them, buying memberships to clubs. Anyway, so we had this band, and we were going to do some music because they also were providing lunch, and so this was like the entertainment. And so I was asked to sing the song Bad to the Bone by George Thorogood. And granted, George Thorogood is a Delaware native. I don't know if he was born here, but he, you know, cut his teeth in the Delaware music scene. He had the Delaware Destroyers. And so, like, I work in Newark, and a lot of his early gigs were in, like, the Stone Balloon and Deer Park and all these places in basically the University of Delaware campus on the kind of like the college town had these dive bars that he was doing blues music. Anyway, and at the time, even today we have a director that's a female, and I thought, but it's a different one. And I just thought to myself, I'm going to be sitting there singing a song that goes, every woman I meet, they always stay satisfied. And I'm like, how am I going to sing a song at a work function? And I'm like, if I happen to like catch the eye of the director of my group, and this is like a huge group, but if I catch her eye and I say at the same time, every woman I meet, they always stay satisfied. That's probably not good. So I rewrote those lyrics, and this was a safety fear. I rewrote it to bad. It was safe to the bone. And it was this tale of a guy who was like a Calamity Joe, but then he like cleaned up his act. And I got a lot of kudos for this thing. And then I don't know. I never got to perform it again because I think the person who organized the whole thing like got miffed that people liked what I had written. I wrote a whole bunch of lyrics. It was pretty funny. But anyway, so that's George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers. One of the few things of actual pride to come from Delaware, and you already know about our current leader, our current zombie in chief. Anyway, yeah, the other thing I've done, and we did a different year. I got to actually do, and it's funny because I try to like learn all of his because it is really tough to sing in a way that's like spoken word. But we did Love Shack, and I did like the dude part, there's a faded sign at the side of the road, and 15 miles to the, and then she comes in with Love Shack. So that was fun too. So yeah, right, yeah, and Dr. Jill, Pride of Delaware. I mean, at least we have a Super Bowl winning quarterback that went to school here in Delaware, and we have a Super Bowl winner from 2 years ago that was a wide receiver at Middletown High School, and which is not far from where I live. Chris Godwin with the, pretty much every state probably has those types of things, but Delaware has Randy White. Came from Northern Delaware, and he was a MVP winner with the or co-MVP when he was with the Cowboys, the Super Bowl MVP. So Delino DeShields, I think, came from Delaware. There's some brushes with brilliance for the first state, but anyway, all right. Well, guys, I really need to think about getting off the bed. Thanks for some therapy tonight. I kind of needed that. Yeah. Yeah, I just, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if History Maker Golf is gonna I don't think people are gonna get my lag rule at the safety fair. It seems like, should I demo History Maker Golf at a safety fair? Oh crap. Yeah, demos, you can send me the bill. Maybe what I'll do is just pay for the gas. By the time we end up going to wherever we have to go in Kentucky to drink some bourbon with these other guys, it's probably as much as a psychologist bill for therapy. So, given the way that the trend is going, I think it'll probably even itself out. Is every roll before now null and void? Yes! Woohoo! I pulled that one out of my rear end. Anyway, alright, well. Some of it is null and void. We could pick and choose the ones that are worth keeping, right? So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great night and a good rest of the week if I don't see you before, because I probably won't get on here for another video before the end of the week. But, you know, I appreciate all of you who hang in here with the channel. Anybody watching this video for the first time, it is probably a little crazy, and we don't usually kind of go into this level of frivolity, but usually it's more serious sporting endeavors, and I don't know if serious is the word, but you know, we try and keep it pretty even keeled here. But tonight kind of needed a little bit of a release. So Brandon and Larry and Demos and Ken, I'll tell you what, you're another guy that I got to meet up with at some point, because, you know, as soccer kindred spirits and stuff, you know, and you're a guy that's gotten through a lot of adversity in life. I appreciate you stopping in here and talking about the project that you've got going on. It's a one of the things about, man, I've got some, maybe it's because I'm not choking up again, maybe a little bit, but, you know, let me just go through here real quick. I don't always do this, but, you know, Larry, Demos, Brandon, Ken, Ron was in here earlier, Michael Peterson, Hockey Unreal, JT, not sure. Oh, Mike McAllister. Yeah, man. Hey, Mike, just, Lord, I pray that Mike, that the procedure he has to have done here, that you that you guide the hands of those who are going to be performing this operation, and that you give Mike courage and strength to trust those who will be trying to heal him and to bring him back to good health. And I pray for everybody here on the channel, and you know, in our world here, that we all you know, find kindness for each other, find love for each other, and you know, I appreciate each of those who are here on the channel tonight and those who didn't comment, but you know, Lord, you love all of us, and none of us are too far away. If we just you know, let down our defenses and be willing. So thank you, Lord, for all that you do. And just want to say that I appreciate all you. RJL, I don't want to forget about you. And Jerry. Jerry's been around here a long time on the channel, and it's cool that he's getting, as I said earlier, it's cool he's getting to spend time with his family, coaching a grandkid. So anyway, I hope you all, whatever you're planning to do tomorrow, just have a great day. We'll be back here soon. Gonna have a project coming up here, probably some sort, but at the moment I'm feeling tired and ready for bed, and hope you all are too. And peace. have a great night, good rest, and see you soon back here. Yeah, you have to put up with my face one more time. Back here on Tenacious Sports. See you soon, guys. God bless you all.